My name is James Williams Jr. This is Cup Forever number 2, and this is part 3 of being fired. So, we're going to relieve you guys with some funny stories of me getting fired from some jobs so that you can decompress from the last 2 videos. Alright? So, I think I've been fired at least 5 times. I'm not going to swear at that, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably be fired again. I don't know when. And let's get something abundantly clear. There's a difference between being fired and let go. So one of my firing jobs might actually be a let go job. I'm not really sure. And one will be a forced to quit job. So let's begin. My very first job doesn't count because I work with my stepfather. My second job really doesn't count because when you're like 12 or 13, those aren't jobs. Those are easy, pick up $20 for going to spend your entire fucking Saturday with somebody you don't want to be with, picking up sticks, cutting grass, shit like that. So they don't really count, right? But I didn't get fired from the jobs I should have got fired from, and I did get fired from maybe 1 or 2 jobs that I aren't getting fired from. But let's go with the job I aren't getting fired from first. All right. One of the first jobs I got fired from, I worked at Sears on the Fashion Square Mall. And you guys know, if you've been watching for the 67, 68, because a guy just joined today that I met today. For the 68 of you guys who are watching or following me along, one of the first jobs I got fired from was Sears. Actually, this is a double firing job. Alright. Because I kind of was forced to quit one job, and then I got the job at Sears. I had the job for almost a complete year and got fired on Christmas. Alright, on the same weekend as Friday. Alright, so let's rewind. So I got this job with RLE Construction. And I'm a wrestling fan. I like The Rock. Everybody likes The Rock. So, hi Rock. Anyway, so I'm working for RLE Construction, and I got this fucking drill stuck in a swimming pool because some doctor out in Ivy here in Virginia, just up the road from Charlottesville, going to Crozet. Ivy's like in between Crozet and Charlottesville. So I'm working in Ivy, and hell, I actually should have went back further. I'll do the other story after this, or after the Sears story. So drilling this drill, which is actually a newfangled jackhammer, but it's on a drill bit. So I have this like drills, fuckers like that. It's like the drill's like this, but it's bigger. It's like, I found something about that size. So the drill itself is like this big, and the bit is like way out here. So some rich doctor bought a house with an Olympic-sized pool and decided that he wanted to make it into a super kitchen. I don't know why he got rid of the pool, but I was one of the construction workers trying to dig out his damn pool. So I got the drill bit stuck. Day 1, the guy asked me if I knew how to work a drill, and I said yes, because, the drills I know are a normal size drill. They fit in your hand. You only need one. You put the drill in, you twist the little thingy. Well, the drill they gave me was like, mega ranger size drill. So I got that sumbitch stuck in a swimming pool. And so I put the drill in reverse, but something went wrong. And instead of the drill coming out, it sucked deeper in. So, needless to say, after lunch, they spent 20% of the time, because they only had 2 of those, they had to use the other one to dig the one I got stuck out. Because we couldn't get the bit out, because the release thing was even stuck in the thing. So they chalk around the bitch. So they spent the majority of the day fixing my mistake. So the next day and the next day when I come to work, they kept me out of the pool. And they would make me do like little shit, like sweep the floors and stuff like that. So I did that. And then one day I came there and it was raining. And the guy in charge, because he was a Marine, he decided that, I'm sorry to all the Marines before I go any further, because I don't have nothing against Marines, but some Marines are dicks. So this guy decided, since I didn't want to be a Marine, I told him all my family members were Army or Navy, and he's like, y'all a bunch of pussies, so, okay. You're going to go out here and you're going to take this wheelbarrow, son, and you're going to move it them box of rocks over there to right here. You're gonna dump these rocks, and you're gonna reload these rocks, and you're gonna take them back over there and dump them, and you're gonna come back. So my dumb ass needing my job, I did it about 13 times. On the 13th time, he sent the little guy out who was bigger than me. I don't know why I'm calling him little guy. He said, the boss wants you to stop and come get lunch, and then you're gonna sweep the floors. And I straight told him, my computer just went out. Sorry. I straight told him, I said, you know what? 2 nights ago, The Rock just told somebody that he was going to take his boot, turn it sideways, and shove it up somebody's ass. So you tell the boss that he can take this wheelbarrow and all these fucking bricks, turn this sandwich sideways, and shove it up his ass. Because I'm gone. And so I left. But before I left, the guy who would wind up firing me from the other job got me a new job at Sears. When can I start? ASAP. And at that time, I also was working for the Lerner, New York, and I was working for Burger King. So, and I'm also going to school for being an actor. So I'm struggling. Like I'm like not sleeping at all. So I'm sleeping less. My face is shaking. I'm stressed out. Not like I'm stressed out now, but I was like in worse shape. But in your 20s, you recover from stress quicker. So my schedule was Burger King, Sears, Lerner, school, shower, back to school, back to Burger King, repeat. And like maybe 2 or 3 days out of the week, I might have got sleep, which was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I also had to babysit my younger brother. So, working at Sears, I left Lerner, New York because I couldn't get a raise. I didn't get fired from there. I only left because I couldn't get a raise. I left Burger King because I wasn't getting any sleep, and it was like school, and everything was just like fucked up. And my best friend had died in a car wreck, and my cousin's cousin killed himself and his girlfriend. So there was a lot of shit going on. So that slows that down there. So when it comes to Sears, I'm working, and the first day of work, I totally was on some machine that I had no business being on, the floor machine. And the boss at the time was named Dana, and he said, do you know how to work the floor machine? I said, no, sir, I do not. He said, so I'm going to teach you. So he taught me, but he probably should not have let me go on my own. And let's just say, women, I got a lot of respect for y'all for putting on bras, but I don't know what the hell y'all be thinking when y'all wear thongs. And I say that lovingly because I love women and I love them in thongs, but when I was doing a clean machine, the bitch got away from me. And I didn't know that if I let it go, it would stop. So, somehow or another, the trail of water behind it didn't come up. And my foot slipped, and I tightened my grip. And that son bitch just took off. And it was going at least 3 miles an hour. And 3 miles an hour is a lot when you're only like 120 pounds. And your feet are soaked sopping wet because of the water that's coming out while you're squeezing the damn thing. And this bitch, if you turn left, it goes right. And if you turn right, it goes left. Like driving a boat. So I turned to the left, thinking that I was going to go left. And I went right. And every underwear rack at the front door of Sears, where if you look out that door, you see GameStop. There was nothing but underwear. And all those thongs and shit were everywhere. Because I plowed those motherfuckers down. And it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. And Dana came running around there. He's like, are you alright? You alright? Yeah, I'm good. Something wrong with your machine. So he backed the machine up and got all the water up. He said, look, I don't care what you do for the rest of the day, but before these people come to work, you have an hour and a half to get all these thongs and bras back on the rack. So I spent that hour and a half getting all those things back on the rack, and he cleaned the floor while I was picking up thongs. Blue thongs, red thongs, blue and black thongs. There were so many damn thongs, and you had to match the bras and tops. I'm a man, so we're going to say that shit did not work out. I think I got like the first, what the fuck do you call those things? We're going to call it a rack. It's not a rack. It's a totally different name. An end cap. After I got the first end cap up and put together, I looked at the pile of clothes. and I looked at all the end caps. So I had to put all the end caps back together. That took almost an hour because each end cap had these like things that popped off, so I had to pop them back on. Then I had to try and match draws with bras. I mentioned I'm a straight man. I don't know a matching bra and thong underwear, so that first end cap, I just like if the shit was black, they went together, even if they didn't go together, because some of them had like a different texture. So there was black, there was blue, they were red, they were pink, they were skin tone, and all them some bitches was going on. Whatever rack I had up at the time. I didn't give a shit if they matched or not. So apparently Dana wrote all that down. So some time goes by, and Dana goes back to doing his preacher and his full-time security job, and the guy that got me the job named Rick, he takes over. So now I'm doing bathrooms and shit instead of cleaning floors because we didn't want another one of those incidents happen, so they put me on bathroom duty before Dana left. So during that incident, these are the last two parts of this story, and it's going to be how I got fired. So the bathrooms had their own issues. The men's bathroom, nasty as shit. But there was a person who lived the alternative lifestyle who would always draw dicks on the stall, and the sperm coming out of the dicks would have his phone number and meet us at McIntyre Park. You do not know how many times I wanted to go to McIntyre Park and beat this dude's ass. Not because he was gay, but because I had to paint these fucking stalls every other day. You know how long it takes to paint a goddamn bathroom stall? Yeah, you don't. Anyway, that wasn't that bad, except for like boogers. There were boogers everywhere. I didn't touch the boogers, but I had to paint the fuck out of bathroom stalls and stuff. The women's bathroom, however, was horrifically atrocious and crazy. The only clean spots in there was the feminine hygiene disposable boxes, because they never had like so much disgusting stuff on it. And we had gloves, but not this kind of glove. We had those hand washing gloves, and so, you know, this finger was gone, that finger was gone, and that finger was gone in our gloves. So, yeah. I haven't gotten to the gross part. The women's bathroom had shit on the walls. Like, someone literally shitted in their hands and smeared it on the walls. And sometimes there would be big clumps of shit. Like someone, you know, like if you put water together and plop the toilet paper on the wall or the ceiling. Every kid's done it. Don't say you haven't. Okay, every Generation Xer has done it. So I had to take the dough scraper and like brace myself and shield my face and try to pop that shit off and pray that it goes in the toilet so I can flush it. So that happened for a while. And then I would like, you know, try to get management to like do more monitoring of that. Because you know you can't take cameras in the bathroom. You can have it at the door, but you can't have it inside the bathroom. You can't have it over the stall, so we couldn't catch whoever was doing it. But eventually it kind of dissipated. And so one day, this woman who worked there, she worked in the back. She was like stock or whatever. So she came at me because the bathrooms, I cleaned it as best I can. Mind you, both set of gloves was designed the same way with like no fingers. And so I had to like struggle to clean and always washing my hands because I'm planning poop, which is not what I signed on for. Not that I don't like women, but I don't give a damn who you are. Poop is bad. So anyway, I'm cleaning up all this damn poop and shit and doing all the other stuff. And this woman comes at me and she goes, "Mister, you clean up around here?" And I go, "Yes, ma'am." "Well, you should know that the bathrooms aren't clean enough around here." And I said, "Okay, ma'am. I'll take care of that shit tomorrow." So the next day I come in, I clean the men's bathroom first. I put some extra time on the women's bathroom. And we have like scrub and bubble stuff. It's the generic version. I scrubbed the fuck out those toilets and the floors and all that shit. And then I took all the cans of scrub and bubbles that we had and put that shit all over the sinks, all over the toilets, and I walked out the bathroom. She met me in the intersection between the bathrooms, because the bathroom is serious. You had the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom right beside each other, and you have to go through a small corridor and go right to the men's, left to the women. I came out with a little cart, and she met me at the bathroom, and she said, "Did you take care of the bathroom?" "I sure did, ma'am." So I rolled out of the corridor and she came right back out the bathroom. She never used the bathroom yet. She came right out the bathroom, and she jumped my shit. She jumped my shit good. And she came out there. You know that there's foam and stuff all over the toilet. It's from the floor all the way up to the top of the toilet. There is foam all over every toilet in there, and the sinks. And I looked at her with a smile on my face because I really wanted to punch her in hers. But I don't hit women because that's not a manly thing to do. And I looked her dead in the face and I said, yesterday you told me that the toilets weren't clean enough. Now the toilets are immaculate. And they're so clean you can eat off those. If the toilets aren't clean enough for you now, then you need to go home and wash your ass. Because that foam is like bleach. It cleans everything. He said, there's foam all over the floor in each of the stalls. I said, ma'am, you wanted the toilets clean. The toilets are clean. Now you can either go in there and use the bathroom, or you can go home and wash your ass. But this conversation is over. So she filed a report, and that got wrote down. Now mind you, Dana's long gone by now. So I go on out, and Thanksgiving comes. Now y'all know how important my Native American heritage is to me. And at this time, Thanksgiving was one of my favorite holidays because I have been misled, excessively misled. I'm thinking, I'm part Cherokee, so I'm going to love Thanksgiving because it's the only legal Native American holiday that's registered in the American culture. And they had a Thanksgiving party in a room just a little bit bigger than this one. I wasn't invited, so that's part of the reason why I went on the warpath. But they had trash cans. Like, the trash cans was this big, and they couldn't take 70 steps to go get new trash bags. I ain't saying they had to pick the trash up, but instead of letting the trash overflow, maybe get a new trash bag, because it would be the logical thing to do, and put the trash in it so that the other trash doesn't overflow. They had to deal with puke and maggots. Again, I did not sign on for that shit. I definitely didn't sign on for the puke, and I damn sure didn't want to play with no fucking maggots. So, I went the fuck off. Plus, I had runs in with the Amazon who was stealing from Sears, which is another story. But we had a couple of run-ins from the TV that was on top of the snack machine, which was where the remote was. And me being 5'3", I couldn't reach the fucking remote, but somebody left the TV on, and she seen me looking at the news, so she jumped down my throat one time, and I told her, first off, I can't even reach the damn TV, so I didn't cut the damn thing on. Second off, the remote's up there, and I can't reach that either. And she wrote that down. But when she caught me with the Thanksgiving warpath, she really laid into my ass. So I'm in there and I'm scooping up shit and I'm cussing. I'm cussing up a storm. If there was a cuss word to be said, you better believe I was combining that shit. And so I'm cussing and cussing and cussing. And I'm saying all these cuss words. And she happened to walk by and her Amazon name is Gail. It's actually her name. And she goes, what's your motherfucking problem? And reflectively, I thought, don't say nothing, James. Don't say nothing. Just keep doing your job. But reflex kicked in and I said, you're my motherfucking problem, bitch. And before I realized what I had said, it had already filled my mouth. And it was just too far gone. I'm mad as hell. I'm scooping puke and stuff into a trash can and dumping another trash can that burst on me. So now I have to get an extra trash bag, which if they would have got in the first place, that shit would have never happened because all of those motherfuckers in there were well past 21. So, I'm mad as fuck. And a big argument ensues. She tells me this, and that. And I said, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'll go tell the manager my goddamn self. Which I immediately did right after that. And whatever her version was what was wrote down. Alright? So, I don't think nothing else about it. Manager comes up to me the weekend that Ice Cube's movie Friday comes out. Now, on that Friday, he talks to me. And I told him, I got plans for Saturday. I can't come in. I have to watch my brother. And he said, well, how about Sunday? I said, I can make some negotiations and I can probably get in here Sunday. He said, well, all I need is an hour. If you can get in here for an hour, that'll be great. And I said, okay. So, that night, I went to go see Friday. Ice Cube got fired on his day off. And I laughed my ass off. I was like, there's no fucking way in hell that can happen to anybody in real life. It can't. It's impossible. Nothing like that can happen in real life. Murphy's Law is a bitch. And so is karma. So, for laughing at Ice Cube, I had a good Saturday morning. My brother and I, we played G.I. Joe. His friends and I, we all played G.I. Joe. And we spent the whole day there. So I got my uncle, my crazy uncle, who was high at the time, to volunteer to watch my brother. So the next morning I jumped up and I jumped my little green machine and I drove up to Sears. I parked in my car and they didn't open up because it was Sunday. He opened up at like maybe 7-ish. But by 9 o'clock I was fired. So he worked my ass off in that hour. He made me do shit that I wasn't trained to do. All kinds of shit. And then he gave me this pack of paper. It's like 15 and a half pages. It was actually 14 and a half pages. And it had on it, in direct dialect and detail, of all the things that ever happened, from me crashing the thongs to fussing at the chick in the bathroom, every little smart thing I said, even when I was off and was walking to Sears to buy shit, and how I got smart with the store detectives because I'm black and I have money. I work at the building. Why am I going to steal from the building? Which, by the way, Gail was stealing from the building, but they didn't fire her ass. They just shipped her to Stanton, which was fucking awesome. And that was definitely a racist thing, by the way. So they fired my mixed ass. And I got my paper. And he's like, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. He knew he wasn't going to see me tomorrow. Or at least he thought that he wasn't going to see me tomorrow. But my cousin Tanya, she also worked there, and I was her fucking ride. I wasn't her ride there, but I was her ride home. And so my uncle said, hey, I got to go pick my daughter up. And I said, nah, I'll go pick your daughter up. He's like, what? Let me rewind. I got you lost there, right? Okay, so I got my car. I left Sears. I got home. I drive stick shift, so that paper's talking to me. Because you can't read and drive at the same time for the safety of other drivers. And that paper, I'm driving. I'm looking at that paper. I'm driving. I'm looking at that paper. And that paper has grown some eyes and a mouth. And it's saying, you really want to read me, James. You really want to read me. So you can hear this in my imagination. This paper's looking at me and it's talking to me. And I really want to read that paper. So what do? I drive faster. I shift into fifth gear and I get to Castella Street. I throw that e-brake up and put the car in first. I jump out the car, and by the time I got to the door, I'm at the 15th page. Well, technically it's 14 and a half. And I get to that paper, and it says, you are no longer an employee at ICC because you have a piss-poor attitude, you are disrespectful, and you cuss out everybody. Which was wrong because I only cussed out one person. Okay, I cussed out two people if you count go wash your ass. So outside of that, I get to the damn door and I have the biggest smile on my face and my uncle's like, what's so funny? And I said, you know what? I got fired on my fucking day off. How the fuck does that happen? So I got fired on my day off from Sears. And I was mad. So, back to Sears. I went to go pick my cousin up. And the guy who fired me happened to come around the corner just as my cousin did. And I let you know, I gave him an ass full of how I felt. And I was mad. I was mad as hell because I told him on Friday. I told him on that Monday when I got there, I said, if you knew you were going to fire me on Friday, you got me the job. You should have manned up and fired me. And here's where he came in with, but the policy says we have to do this, this, and this. I said, the policy can kiss my ass, and I should kick yours for firing me on my motherfucking day off. Man, we can talk about this in private. I said, no, we can talk about this shit right now. See, this is when the blackness in me used to be a little bit more eccentric and come out more. And instead of the blackness came out, the Chief Cherokee came out on the warpath right at Sears. I said, you give me one good reason why I shouldn't beat your ass and drag you up and down this motherfucking aisle where we're in public and you can go to jail. You act like I'm scared to go to jail? I said, you're bigger than me, you're stronger than me, and you fired me on my day off. Now I'm like a disgruntled postal worker and I'm fixing to fuck your shit up. So my cousin's like, you got fired? I said, yeah. This asshole fired me on my day off. This is the same asshole that got me this fucking job. But instead of being my friend and firing me on Friday, giving me a day and a quarter to actually go and look for another job, being that I had just left to learn in New York because they wouldn't give me a raise. I had just left Burger King because I didn't have any sleep and I'm running on fumes for like 7 days to a year. And he's gonna fire me on my fucking day off. I think I'm well within my Cherokee rights to be on the fucking warpath. So he apologized, and I said, I don't accept your apology because that was an unmanly thing to do. Then my cousin brazenly talked me into leaving Sears, and so we did before security would show up. So we got in my little green machine, and we went home. And she was like, I can't believe you did that. I said, I was mad. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably will never, ever, ever get another job with these motherfuckers again. Which is probably right. So I'll make another video because I know I'm at like 20 minutes now. Maybe 30 minutes. But yeah, almost 30 minutes. So I'll make another video on another job or two that I got fired on. And you guys will probably get a good joy out of that too.